Good afternoon, class. Welcome to week 7. Today I just want to go over what's going to be due at the end of the week, and then also just a preview of week 8, which is going to be our last week. So this week, to start off, we'll go over the discussion board for that's going to be due on Wednesday, and it's on Tommy John surgery. So it's a pretty interesting topic for this week. We're going to be talking about um, how there are parents and young athletes that choose to get the Tommy John surgery even when it's not really indicated. And the question is, how would you, as a physical therapist, athletic trainer, approach an athlete who voluntarily had this surgery in order to improve their performance? What advice? Would you speak to them about your opinion? It says, would you treat them differently than any other person who was hurt due to faulty mechanics? So where you see this a lot is going to be at the high school level, high school, and possibly at the collegiate level. A lot of athletes, feel that they need to make this sacrifice to get to the next level. As you'll see in some of the videos, the success rate of the Tommy John surgery has improved dramatically since its inception back in the 60s, I believe. So now it's to the point where if you have your UCL repaired, it comes the surgery is very successful. It's like over 90% success rate, and two, the ligaments tighten up. The joint capsule gets really tightened, so it provides an extra amount of tension, and that's really good for pitchers to have that amount of tension in their elbow. So that's one of the reasons that parents and young athletes are choosing to have this surgery done. So that's a topic for this week. The second thing I wanted to talk about was the critical assignment. So as I click on here, here are the instructions. So I've given these to you since the first week. They're in the syllabus, and then there's also a video. So if you click on this last link here, that's the video that I posted about 2 weeks ago regarding the instructions. I just kind of go into a little bit more in depth on these instructions just to kind of give you some examples. I give you two different examples, the research study and then also the case study, if you're not sure. Like I mentioned last week, if you're not sure of the type of research that you have, you're not sure if it's going to be acceptable, just send it to me, email it to me, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. I know I got one today and I wasn't able to open it, so I'm still trying to work through that. But if I think it was a link that might have been the problem. It's much easier if you just send me the PDF or the Word document. It's usually in a PDF format, so just send me that so I can just open it right away, so I don't have to go to a link, a website. Just send that to me and I'll just review it and just let you know if it's acceptable. Because if it's not, I'll let you know and I'll tell you what's wrong with it. If it's a like I said, a clinical review, if it's a meta-analysis, anything like that, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a research study or a case study. One of the two will be acceptable. Um, so let's do this Sunday, August 16th. One of the other things I encourage you to do is to open up the rubric, because in the rubric, it tells you how I'm going to grade your paper. It's going to tell you how you get points, and or how you don't get points. So make sure you review that as you're writing the paper, so that you're making sure you hit each one of these. And these are mainly just to have a reference point for what I'm looking for. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna click on each one of these and then that's your final grade. If I see, I'm gonna take into account other things like creativity, the uniqueness of the study, things like that. Like I'm gonna give you points for effort as well. But for sure you will lose points if some of these things aren't correct. So like one of the first ones is identifying quality source. So that's what I just talked about. If it's not a case study, if it's not a research study, then I'm not going to give you full points. If you give me a review of other studies, then you're going to lose points. If you're not identifying the major points, then you're going to lose points there too. If I don't see some sort of original thought where you critique the research, or you're not giving me applications to professional practice, then you're going to lose points there too. And I mean, you may have noticed, but like for applications, that's where I really want to see your thoughts. I want to see how you're taking the data that you just read and how you're going to apply it to a real life situation. So that's where I really need you guys to put a little bit more content into it. So just a little overview again of the critical assignment. Okay, so that's week 7. Let's go over to week 8 just because I want to make sure everyone's aware of the timing for week 8. So your grades are due the Monday after this class ends, which is, I believe, the 23rd is that Monday. I think it's the 23rd or 24th. So what I need from you guys is this last assignment, assignment number 7. That's going to be due next Friday instead of next Sunday. Okay, that'll give me enough time to grade it over the weekend and then get your grades up by Monday. So that's going to be the only time your assignment is going to be due on a Friday. The discussion board, that's going to still be due on Wednesday like it normally is, but the last assignment on concussions will be due on Friday. The other thing that will be normal will be your final exam. The final exam you'll have till Sunday at midnight to finish it. And it's just to kind of give you an overview, it's 25 multiple choice questions, or 26, but the last 2 questions have multiple parts in them. So just to kind of give you a heads up of what the final is going to be like. And again, for the final, you'll have till Sunday to finish. The assignment 7 will be due Friday. Discussion board will be due Wednesday. I'll send out an announcement about that at the beginning of next week too, just so that we're all on the same page. For this week, just let me go back here. So the PowerPoint is on the elbow, forearm, wrist, hand, and fingers. I'm not going to go over it. You guys can just go over it and read the notes on the slides. But if you have any questions, please email me or start a discussion board thread. If there's anything that doesn't really make sense or you guys want me to explain, put that up on a discussion board and I'll discuss it further. So that's going to be it for today. Again, if you guys have any questions, please email me, and good luck with the critical assignment. Also, please make sure you're emailing me about that if you have any questions, if you want me to take a look at one of the articles that you found that you want to do a review on. All right, so everybody have a great week, and I will talk to you next week.